What's up, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there. Today we are going to take a look at a pretty daggum sweet blade. This one, as you probably have already seen it, I've posted up some pictures and stuff of it. This is the MSI, the Apocalyptic flag variant. Really sweet knife. I've really enjoyed my time with it so far. Now this was a semi-anonymous gift, so I do want to say thank you for that. This did come from NC Blade. They weren't who gifted it, but it did come from, it was purchased from NC Blade. So shout out to those guys. They are fairly local, about right at 2 hours away from me here in North Carolina. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump on into this knife. This is one that I've always kind of admired, but I don't want to say hatred, my disdain for crossbar locks kind of kept me away from it. But then, someone had noticed that I talked about this variant at one point in conversation, and they just kind of took it upon themselves to get it. So huge thank you. I'm still kind of blown away by it, and I've really enjoyed my time with this knife. So we're taking a look again. This is the Apocalyptic variant. So you can see there, it's got the kind of the dark wash on the blade with the satin flats. And then you've got the kind of the black and tan flag here. Really, really, really nicely done blade. Action on these things are incredible. You still got a little bit of a, kind of a sloppy opening there. And you kind of have to know, where to put your finger to get that to rock it out there, just because of that, the weight of the spring isn't astronomical. But, they went through and they redesigned a little bit on the ram lock to make it a little stronger, because there were some issues with lockup when they first originally came out. This one is the polymer handle version. You've got reversible pocket clips. You got all that good stuff. So go ahead and talk about a few specs on it. So you are looking at a 4-inch blade, 8 3/4 overall. It's 4.6 ounces, might as well say. So not super heavy for what you're getting here. I do want to look at that blade length a little bit. So it is a 4-inch blade length, not a 4-inch cutting edge. So your cutting edge, you're looking at just under 3.5-inch cutting edge, but you are definitely right at that 8 3/4 inch. Maybe even, you're really actually a little bit longer than 8 3/4 if you go from tip to tail. I mean, it's, might as well say dang near 9 inches. But it is a beefy knife for sure. Let's go ahead and jump into some close-ups on this thing and see it right up close. So it does have the tri-wing texture, I think is what they call it. There you can see your your typical Microtech X there on the crossbar lock or on the ram lock. Massive hardware. I think it's T10, T15. Let me see. So that's the T15. So that's the T15. So let me see here. This is the T10. Okay, now I guess that is just T8. Definitely looks bigger than T8 hardware. Yeah, it's just T8. So it definitely looks bigger than T8. And then I think this is a T20 on the pivot screw. But yeah, again, really nice flush hardware. You have I believe that is a titanium backspacer there, if I'm not mistaken. And then all of your hardware and everything. Is your hardware titanium on this thing? No, yeah, that's either titanium or aluminum. That's all steel. All your hardware is regular steel hardware. Pocket clip, steel pocket clip. But I do believe the backspacer is titanium. So half-length backspacer, 3/4 length backspacer there. Really well done pocket clip. Just absolutely phenomenal. And then it does have a 10/24 birth date, which is really cool because it was, it's our anniversary is October. So now my wife and I both have Microtechs made in October. And they were both gifts. So, I gifted her that one, and this one was gifted to me. So that's just kind of cool how that worked out. Here's that Apocalyptic finish on this thing. Now I just realized that I didn't do that great of a job cleaning this thing off. Give me just a minute. I'm going to clean this blade off a little bit. All right, now I apologize about that. I still didn't get it quite all off there, but I used this knife for some food prep the other day. I guess I didn't clean it off that well. But yeah, there's that dark stone wash on the Apocalyptic finish there. Really cool, kind of a deep stone wash there, and you can kind of feel, you can feel the still see and kind of. Let's see if you can hear it. Those grind lines are pretty intense there. Then you have the satin flats, which look really, really good. Of course, there's the Microtech logo, M390MK, and then nothing on the clip side here. Really, really great finger toil there. You got a lot of choke up room. Plunge grind is kind of late. Honestly, it's a little bit of a lazy plunge grind, but because of the finger tool, it doesn't really matter. Really great job sharpening here. The knife is quite dangerously sharp. It is done very well. Got a little bit of an off grind there on the tip, it looks like. Let's see here. So yeah, so it looks like we're straight here on this side. And then on this side, yeah, it looks like we curve up a little bit on that tip there. Yeah, so you can see that there. You got a little bit of a deeper grind there on that tip. So that means our tip is going to be a little bit off, which we're not going to be able to see thanks to the blade shape being that sheep's foot blade. But not too shabby. Now these things run the gamut on pricing as far as that goes. They are anywhere from the upper 100s on to I think they even go up to really way more expensive than what this one was. So this one was $193 on NC Blade. A really not that bad of a price when you are looking at what you're getting, the U.S. manufacturing, and a decent blade steel, or a pretty good blade steel actually, and a well done job on the actual manufacturing of the knife. The pivots are really done well. So now that I have that out, I'm gonna go ahead and stick that in here. So now that I have a knife that has a T20, and then like I said, the T8s. Really no issues here. T8s all look good. But make sure I'm actually in frame here. Now, what you're hearing, the wiggle you're hearing is in the actual bit driver itself, not in the bit. Thing does have a lot of screws in it. I will give them that. They are well built. There is a ton of screws holding this thing together. And it's all T8 hardware all the way around. So great job on the knife itself. As far as the build quality and everything goes there, which is Microtech, so no big surprise there. Yeah, I don't know. There's not a whole lot to keep on about. So these things you can get aftermarket scales for them, of course. And there are still some of these available, not the Apocalyptic, though. I'm guessing the Apocalyptic were in a more limited number or whatever. These sold out pretty much the next morning after the order was placed for this one. They do have the full stonewash blade. They've got the full serrated, and I think there's another variant. NC Blade seems to be the place to get these things. Some other places are sold out of them, or the ones that aren't sold out, and they do have them still are over $200. So I would definitely go to NC Blade to pick them up. I will leave a link for them down below. I'll also tag. I think they have a Facebook. A YouTube. I'll tag that down there, and then I'll also link their Instagram as well. So if you have any questions or anything, you can reach out to them. Reach out to them that way as well. But really, really enjoying this knife so far. I did carry it. I've actually carried it a couple of days. I just pictured it the one day, but in its standard position here, without being choked up, it is extremely comfortable. Don't feel that pocket clip whatsoever. Now this one I could reverse and do left-handed since it is completely ambidextrous. But I'm so used to using my right hand that it feels wrong anymore to carry a knife in my left hand, left pocket anyway. Choked up position, it feels a little crunched up, honestly. I want to move out here further, but there's no jimping out here. But honestly, I don't like the choke up position as much, but you can definitely use it. For me, where it's at this position here, super comfortable. And if I'm doing any sort of detail cutting, I can still get detailed enough. But I mean, I guess if I have to really get in here and get detailed, then you can choke up and get over that jimping there and just get up on that back side of the blade. Now for your pinch grip, you can pinch in right behind the edge right there on that choil and get on that. Or if you want to come up further on the blade, you can certainly do that and come out way out on the tip, which gives you some really nice control there. All that is very viable with this knife. Like I said, the action is really good. It is, like I said, a little spongy, which all crossbar locks and anything to do with a crossbar lock is always going to be a little spongy. Super locks are spongy. Anything like this, they're all spongy. It just is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. But these are really well done, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about these. I've heard mixed emotions about them. Personally, I really enjoy it. Like I said, it's definitely on the large size for what I prefer. But like I said, I've enjoyed carrying it the last couple of days, and it's definitely a welcome addition to the Forever collection as a gift. So thank you guys. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to be kind, be humble, be EDC. Take care.